Hey everybody, how's it going today? Man, it seems like it's been forever since I did an update video. I have just not been in the shop. This has been an insane 7 days. Work has just been crazy. You know, it's getting toward the end of the year, so there's a lot of stuff going on. And then, of course, around the house, we've been getting ready for the holidays. And that involves a lot of cleaning. Woo! I don't cook, so I don't do the cooking, but I have an able back, and I get to do a lot of the cleaning. My wife's been at work yesterday and today. I was off, so my kids are home from school, so we cleaned yesterday. My daughter baked cookies all day, and I did touch-up paint. And I'll tell you guys a quick little story. Man, this is just... I get in the hallway, and I get my touch-up paint that they left. I've lived in this house for 2 years now. And, you know, with 3 kids, the walls need touching up. So I start down one side of the hall. I go up the other side of the hall, through the entryway, around the family room, through the kitchen, and back out to the hall. It's just an open floor plan. And when I get to the hallway, when you put paint on, it always looks a little different color when you first put it on because it's wet and it dries and it usually blends. I've done a lot of touch-up paint, you know, so I wasn't worried that it looked like it was a different color when it went on. But when I got back to the hallway and the paint was completely dry and it was still a different color, I knew I had a problem. Well, we finally got to the bottom of it. I got a hold of the painter. I called the builder. They knew nothing. I called the place where I got the paint. They don't keep records past 18 months. It was just a joke. The guy that did the painting, though, he was amazing. He said, let me dig into it. And he called me back. And what he figured out was the paint that they had painted the house with came in a 5-gallon drum, a 5-gallon bucket. When they were done, they just had a little bit left, so to leave me the touch-up paint, whoever did the painting dumped it into an empty bucket, an empty can. That empty can happened to be an empty can of white trim paint, what they use to paint the doors and the trim, which is kind of a satin white. Well, there was still some paint in there, and naturally, white paint, wet white paint, and wet tan paint will mix and form a lighter color. So they kind of screwed me up. So this morning I got a hold. My wife dug out all of the records, found out what the paint was called. 7 o'clock this morning, I was sitting at the paint store when they opened, got a new can of paint, and retouched up all of that. Second part to the story, and I had a can of, our house is 2 different colors of tan. One is called clay, something clay, slate clay, or something gray clay, and one is called silver dollar. I had a can of the silver dollar. It looked like a full can. So I mix it up. I start painting, and it's matching perfectly. I did the laundry room, and I weighed it. It looked pretty good when it started to dry, so I went and did the bathroom, and all the bedrooms are done in the light color as well. Well, I went back into the laundry room. I started noticing a funny smell in the bathroom, and it was like a soured dish rag is the best way I can describe it. So I walked back into the laundry room, and there's that same horrid smell. Someone had dropped a paint rag. It was almost a full can. Had dropped an old paint rag in the bottom of the can, and the rag soured. So all night long we had this horrid, horrid smell. The paint finally cured. The smell is gone. The color matches really well. But while I was at it, I bought a can of that. So I ended up touching up all of it. I knew what that paint number was. So I bought that one last night. And I went back and touched up all the bedrooms and got that taken care of. Man, was it a nightmare. Okay, enough about that, but it's just been crazy. I'm in the shop a little while today. I did a casting. I tried to cast yesterday. I tried to cast a red Jones soda, a lime green or a green apple Jones soda blank, a Kickapoo, which was lime green, and a red, oh shucks, it's a southern soda, Cheerwine. And I put them in the molds. I mixed up 84 grams of resin. Everything looked good. Put it in the pressure pot. This was all done in the house. Son of a gun, they came out white, milk white, all 4 of them. You can't see the tube. You can't see the bottle cap, and I've totally lost them. I don't know if there's any way to break that resin down. I thought about acetone, but I figured that probably would clean the... I'm going to drop a couple of bottle caps in the acetone and see what happens. To see if I can do that, because if I can use a little acetone and clean off the tube, you know, break down the resin, then maybe I can recover the crowns. It just hadn't been good. That was the only thing I've done in the shop, and it was a nightmare. Wow, long introduction. What I'm going to do today is a couple of... I'm gonna try to do a couple of short little videos for people, just for the next couple of days, because I got a few things I want to try and talk about, and I think you guys will find it interesting. So I'm going to work on that. Hopefully, I get something done. It just depends on if anything else comes up in the house, because you know, Christmas and the guests in the house, that all has to take priority right now. But I'm gonna keep you guys posted on anything and everything that happens. And my shops are wrecked. I've been in and out swiping tools, so I may try to clean a little bit. I'll keep you posted. Well, guys, I've had a busy morning. I went ahead and shot a quick video on this jig over here. Well, that's not part of it, for taking the corners off blanks. I didn't show how to build it because it's not my design, but I kind of talked about it, and I think it's relatively simple. You could figure out how to build it. I also did a quick video on this jig, which is my sanding jig for blanks. That thing is awesome. I love it. And then I did a quick sharpening video on my roughing gouge. And they're just quick. They're going to be 2-3 minute videos that I'm going to pop out there because people have been asking, tell me about that jig, tell me about that sanding jig, tell me about how you sharpen. So I'm putting together some quick videos. What I'm working on now is, you might remember these from the other day. I was filling the ends of them with CA, and this is the one I flooded the entire back. And I'm going to go ahead today and turn these and just see if I can make them look like decent pins. So I'll keep you guys posted. I'm not going to actually record the turning just because I think it'll be kind of boring, but I will record the repairs that I do on the pins to get them looking decent. So I'll keep you guys posted, and if they turn out to be anything, I'll show them to you in the end. Well, guys, it wasn't a bad day. Well, it's not over yet either. I'm still going to goof around some more. I was able to repair the Moxie and the knee-high blank using CA glue. I was able to fill those bubbles, and if you know where they're at, you can find them. Otherwise, they don't show. The first cast I ever did, my Route 66 blank, it's almost like a scar on the back. See how it's scarred right there? I was unable to repair that. I tried and tried and tried, and finally I had to let that one go. But at least I do have some ammunition in the future for repairing blanks with bubbles in them. So I'm not as upset about that because it does work. I've got a little bit of cleanup to do, and then somewhere around here, oh, here it is. I did a cast yesterday. I think I might have mentioned this. I don't know if I did or not, but this is what happened to my Alumilite. It turned white. I think, I don't know what caused it, but I'm going to turn one of these. This is green, so this is either a Jones Cola or a Kickapoo. But I'm going to turn it down and just see, you know, it pretty well looks like it's solid white. I don't think I'll get anything out of it, but I'm going to turn it down just for fun and see what it looks like. A while back, I opened a box full of miscellaneous items that were sent to me to cast. And at that time, I asked you guys the question, do you want to see me open mail on camera? And it was not one person said no. It was an overwhelming response. Yes, we'd love to see it. So I got a few packages here. A couple of them are things that I've purchased for the shop, and a couple of them are things that were sent to me. Now I have to apologize because one or two of them I've already opened. You kind of get a new package in the mail, and it's like, I want to open this on camera, but you forget that, and you get so excited to get mail that you just rip it open. So a couple of things I've opened, and two of the things I opened are these. These are little tabs. They have sticky tabs on the back, and they have little holes in the front, and you stick them on the wall, and you put a little zip tie through there, and you can take cables and run cables under a desk or on a wall behind a desk. And I ordered these for my wife in her office. The way her office is set up, her network cables have to run all the way across the back of the office, and they're constantly rolling out on the floor, and they get caught, you trip on them. So I'm going to go to her office and take care of that for her, and then I'll be able to use the rest of them around the shop. Now, I bought them on eBay, and I think I got maybe $3 in both packs of these. They were super cheap, and that includes shipping. And there's 100 in each one, so that'd be great. Next up, and this is one, I already opened those, but I already cut this one as well. This is, and I forgot what it is. When you get old, the memory starts to go, you know what I mean? Oh, okay, I've got it. This is a tap and a die, and it is M13-1 tap and die, and this is for my kitless pins. I am pretty well ready to start working on them. My only issue right now is time. I just have not had the time to sit down and start practicing. I've got blanks. I ordered a bunch of blanks, or 4 blanks the other day, from Jonathan Vest, and he sent me 2 short blanks to test on, to be able to cut 10 ends and thread, just to kind of practice before I started working on them for real. So I'm excited about that. I just got to find some time. That's the crazy thing. This one here is from Patriot Pins, and I'll flip it around and put my hand over the, I don't know why I'm showing you the envelope. You see, I get so excited about the mail, I just don't know what to do, you know. I was going to cover up the address and show you the envelope. Yeah, it's exactly what you're here to see, isn't it, an envelope? Oh, all right, check this out. Oh, man. Yes, I remember talking to him about these. These are Pledge of Allegiance blanks. Oh, wow. The top one is a Second Amendment blank, and it has the Second Amendment on it. The bottom one is the Pledge of Allegiance, and they are on a colored flag. Absolutely beautiful. I do believe they told me these were cast in Alumilite. Every once in a while I screw up, like I did a card blank from Patterson Grant, and in the video I said, oh, these are Alumilite, and Patterson contacted me and said, no, that's actually polyester resin. So, you know, sometimes I jump the gun and open my mouth and say the wrong thing. These are really cool. When I turn these, I'll do a video on them. Okay, this one's not open yet. I want to make sure I don't cut into it and cut anything, because I don't remember whether I ordered this or whether it was sent to me. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Check this out. Daryl Dice sent this to me. Ah, I know exactly what this is. He and I were talking. He contacted me a while back, and we got to talking back and forth on Facebook Messenger about a candy cane blank for Christmas. And he was thinking about wanting to make one, and we were talking about it, and I threw some ideas out. He had a lot of killer ideas, and he made the blank, and he promised to send me a couple of them. Check this out. Is that awesome or what? That is Bloodwood and Maple, and it looks like he sent me 2 of them. Check that out. Are those awesome or what? Candy cane pin blanks. They're going to make some killer blanks. And then he also asked me if I wanted the cutoffs, the little corner cutoffs. And I decided that I did, and if he was already sending it, because I might be able to use these and cast something out of them. So I have no idea for them yet, no plan for them yet, but we'll make something out of them. You know me, I keep everything. Don't tell my wife. Last one here. Let's see what this is. I don't remember. I'm not looking at the name on it, so I don't know if I ordered it or if someone sent it to me. Oh, this is one that I ordered. Yes, this is a DIY. This is a photo booth, a small photo booth. It looks like it's probably about this big, maybe a 12 inches by 12 inches. It's got LED lights built in, and basically you just set this up, and with the photo booth, your pin or the object you want to photo is inside the booth. There are no shadows, so you can get a very bright lights with no shadows and take amazing pictures. I'm hoping this helps me up my game on photos. And to let you guys in on a little secret, my sister, she's the one who does logos for people, helps people with logos, is helping me develop a web page, a website. I have acquired rjbwoodturner.com, and I'm going to do a website, and I'm going to sell some of the pins that I make. I don't want to get into a situation of taking orders for pins. I just make a lot of pins in my videos and a lot of pins in the shop, and I'd like the opportunity to sell some of those. And also with some of my casting, once I get dialed in on casting for these bottle cap blanks, I'm thinking about selling some of my bottle cap blanks. You know, just the opportunity to you know, be able to maybe offer plans out there, sell some items. Maybe I may do some merchandise. I may do a t-shirt or something. I don't know, but I'm trying to grow this thing just a little bit. And a website seems to be the central thing that you need, because everybody wants to come back to a website and search for products or look at what you're doing or get a plan. So I'm going to start working on that. Where I'm at right now is she's waiting on me. She needs photos and descriptions of some of my pins. And I'll probably put a dozen or so out there to start with. And I've got to get this baby set up and get those photos. Now, my other sister She is an amateur photographer and has a very, very nice DSLR camera that she recently replaced with a much nicer DSLR camera, and she's going to let me use that camera. It's her backup camera. She's going to let me borrow it. I'm not going to be recording in the shop with it because I don't want to get it full of dust and crud, but I'm going to keep it in the house, and I can set this up on the kitchen table, and I can put that on a tripod and take a really nice photo to put on my website. So you guys are getting all kinds of inside scoop here today, but that's it for mail call. I just had a few things, and I knew you guys wanted to see it, so all right, this was exciting. I love getting mail. I tell you what, I absolutely love, you know, when you're a little kid and you get like a birthday card, it's a huge deal to get something in the mail. Man, every time I get something in the mail, that's how I feel. Even if I order it. You know, I could go out today and order a book and it could come in a week, and I'm excited to open it because there's just something cool about opening mail. If you guys haven't heard of Woodpecker's Landing, Julie McNeil and Benny Ray Watkins Jr. Own that company, and they specialize in all types of turning blanks, large blanks, small blanks, all types of woods. I've got this pile of wood here. Some of this wood I bought from Benny and Julie at the Midwest Ohio Valley Pin Turners Gathering, and some of it Benny just gave to me. He's like, hey man, you know, I love your channel, here's some blanks, and I really appreciate that. And I've been meaning to turn some of these blanks and throw a shout out to them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some of these prepped, at least one of them prepped, maybe two, I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a pen and pencil set or just a pen, I don't know yet. But I'm going to dig out a blank, and I'm going to dig out a kit, prep a blank, and get a video going for Benny Ray and Julie so that I can say thank you for this stuff, throw a shout out their way, and hopefully some of the guys that follow me will check them out because they got some cool stuff. I'll keep you guys posted on how far along I get. Well, guys, had a good test here. I took some acetone and I dropped one of those cloudy blanks in there, and look at that. There's the label. I was able to pull it out with these I think they're forceps maybe, and a good amount of the resin released, and just basically I was able to knock it off of the tube. It's not affecting the bottle cap. All the paint's gone, but I don't care about the paint. I don't care about the resin. I care about the cap. I'll be able to take that tube and rough it up again with some sandpaper, repaint it, slide that same cap back on it since the cap is not losing its coating, and that's how I can save the caps. And that saves me a ton of work. It was in there for maybe 2 hours, and it just almost all came off. There's still some resin stuck to it, but I figure let it set for another couple hours, and that'll probably fall off as well. I've been working on a couple of things. I've been working on a blank here from the Woodpecker Landing folks. That's Julie McNeil and Benny Ray Watkins Jr. This is a lignum vitae, and I've got it drilled and glued up, and I'm just letting that glue set up. I need to square it up before it can go to the lathe, and I've been working on a special blank. Let me show you this one. Take a look at that. That's pretty cool. That's a little bit of Spectraply, and I cut it into 1/4-inch sections, and I've just got it sticking on this tube for now. I'm going to lower each of these down and glue them up in sort of a spiral pattern. I was just sort of experimenting, and of course I got it all knocked out of whack, but that ought to make a pretty cool blank. I'm getting ready to start doing the glue up just as soon as that hot glue dries that's holding that in place. I just needed some way, a base of some kind to hold it together. So this ought to be a fun one. I'm pretty excited about this one. Well, I think it's about time for me to wrap it up. I've got a ton of video I shot today. It's going to probably take me an hour just to get it off the phone, no joke. And then I need to get it pulled into my proper directories and then pulled into my editor and start working on it. But I want to show you guys, take a look at my most recent blank. I just finished gluing it up. It's probably dry enough to start turning, but it's going to set for just a little bit. Pretty awesome, huh? Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today. I don't know if I'll be back in the shop until the earliest I might get back in the shop might be Tuesday, because I know 23rd we got dinner theater, 24th Christmas Eve, 25th Christmas, 26th is probably the soonest I'll be back in the shop. So you guys take care. Have a wonderful holiday if you celebrate it. Whatever holiday you celebrate, have a very enjoyable one. And if you do not celebrate a holiday, I just hope you have a wonderful couple of days. Take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you again real soon.